Welcome, everyone, to the L7C Podcast Wrestling Edition. Today, we are going to be talking some CM Punk's return. We're going to be talking about AEW Collision. We're going to be talking about some Money in the Bank. And we're going to be talking about some Forbidden Door 2023. We got the wrestling expert with us, Mr. Jacob Mason. How are you doing today, sir?
I am fantastic. Been up for a whopping 10 minutes. Feeling wide awake. Ready to do this hell of a good podcast. Let's do it, boys.
And we got the captain with us, Byron Mitchell. How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing good. I would just like to thank the wrestling guys because normally I only come on here for like big events, and in 2023 there have been a lot of big wrestling events. So, and it's only half the year, so I can only imagine what the rest of the year is going to look like.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, perfect segue. Big events, guys. CM Punk is back again in AEW. We knew as soon as they announced AEW Collision and they made it the first show in Chicago, we knew. And he's back. He did interviews with ESPN beforehand talking about the explosion with him and the Elite and all of that. So all of that stuff is real. And his first promo, of course, the Chicago crowd loving him and then taking some shots at some people, calling the Young Bucks counterfeit Bucks. Jacob, how should we feel about Punk being back? Because I'm mixed, man. I got mixed feelings.
So my first thought, like watching the promo he was cutting, was Mitch Ozo calling it out and saying, why is Punk always in Chicago? Because could he do this anywhere else at this point? I'm wondering what the reception is going to be once they start going to different places and Punk being Punk, because I gotta imagine he's not going to get the same results elsewhere.
That's a very good point. Like every time he returns, it's always in Chicago. His biggest moment of his wrestling career is in Chicago. I mean, that's a really good point from Mitch and you saying it, Jacob. Byron, what about you? What were your thoughts of Punk being back?
Like you, I'm still mixed because I still think about like all that went down at the media scrum last year. We just went off because he was tired of everyone's bullshit. But like, I feel like you should probably have that conversation behind closed doors and not in front of everyone else when you just won the biggest title in your company. But after watching that promo, there's like a part of me that's like hyped to see what he does on Collision, because the promo, like CM Punk can cut a good promo, and it was actually a good promo.
My problem is that I don't care about the wrestler CM Punk really as much anymore. I think the problem's like, I'm sorry, we give, for management stuff, we give WWE a lot of shit, which is rightfully so and deserve it, but I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen an owner of a company have to make a whole other show because half the roster does not want the guy. Like that is that's wrestling history. That's never been done.
Yeah, that is a valid point. Like back in the day, WWE had Raw, and they broke up the SmackDown to get more money for the company. But AEW did it because CM Punk wanted to come back, and half the roster didn't want to wrestle.
And the half, as we've been Jacob, are the EV fucking P's. Like these are the biggest people in your company.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a lot of the Collision guys are the ex-WWE guys too.
I saw Rusev on Mirio, Andrade. I was like, is this WWE light? Like
I don't know about you guys, but like the whole stage setup and the whole atmosphere really did give me WWE vibes.
And they had Jim Ross talking.
Yeah. Like the stage was cool. I like the way the stage looked.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's just killing me, because from what I saw too, I mean, these are rumors, but the rumors on this Punk situation have been spot on. Like, he's also going to have creative control of like what's going on in this main storylines. And I'm like, so you made a show because half the people don't like him. You're going to help that by giving him creative control of other people's storylines. Like, are you trying to make this the worst contract in history? Like the Hulk Hogan WCW one? Like, what are we doing? And we saw that fail. We saw that happen. So, I mean, so Jacob, you know, Tony's always talking about ratings and everything stuff. How long, like, if people don't gravitate towards this collision, how long do they keep it going? Because is collision going to have its own complete set of titles?
I was kind of wondering the same thing. Like, are they going to get like their own, you know, like universal heavyweight title or whatever? You know, I really don't know, because if it fails, I mean, I don't know how long this contract is with TNT for this show.
Mm-hmm.
It's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not going to take time out of my Saturday to watch, you know, wrestling if I have other shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, you know, it's like a big pay-per-view or something along those lines.
Right, because they had it at Saturday at 8. So are you going to have Collision competing with WWE like Premier Live events?
Yep. Yeah, they exactly are.
Yeah.
But back to the title thing, I feel like they will, because CM Punk did have a bag. He's like, this is the title I won in that dog collar match, and if you want to take it from me, you got to either pin me or submit me. So I'm like, that's probably a title in that bag.
Well, yeah, because he never lost the title because he got put on leave now, so they have to do the thing. Because my thing is like they would have to do separate titles, because let's say CM Punk beats MJF for the title. That means half the roster can't wrestle CM Punk for the title because they don't want to go on his show and they don't want him here.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, like with Collision, obviously CM Punk was the biggest thing, but if this is like a whole new thing, wouldn't you want like your stalwarts on like the first episode, like the Combat Club or like a MJF, or like none of those people showed up on this show.
Right. But at the same time, like, I was happy with seeing like people that weren't being used being used. You know, Miro, Andrade, even I wasn't Thunder on the show too. Thunder Rosa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's weird because like when he talked to ESPN right before the show came out, already reports of AEW trying to do damage control with that article because they want to sign Hangman Page for a long contract. And you know Punk's going to be talking shit about Page. Because he said that Punk, I mean, when Page went to business for himself and then they show clips of the match, but then you talk about that promo that they had in the ring where Page brought up workers' rights. CM Punk said in the ESPN article, yeah, Page said he said that to me because I'm the person who got Colt Cabana fired. And he's like, and you know, in the media scrum, we already know what happens. He says he didn't do it. No, Colt Cabana, blah, blah, blah. They're not friends anymore, which is still mind blowing, but that's what happens when you let money and lawyers get in the way in between friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, guys. Like, my other thing too is, are they going to do separate pay-per-views for these shows? Like, are they just going to be one pay-per-view? Like, how do pay-per-views work now?
You know, I did not think of that. Because they would, unfortunately, they would have to do like separate pay-per-views. Like every other one is either regular AEW or AEW Collision. Because if half the workers don't want to, you know, work with Punk, I'm pretty sure they're not going to want to be on the same pay-per-view as Punk.
Yeah, it's going to be like when I have to imagine it's going to be like when Raw and SmackDown had their own premium live events.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if that's the case, fine. It is what it is. But AEW trying to stand away from WWE, in my opinion, is making a WWE light show in Collision.
Mm-hmm.
And then making two separate brands. And then you'll probably end up with two separate belts, two different rosters. And eventually you'll probably have like a Survivor Series-esque pay-per-view. And it's just like, dude, what are we doing? You can't be following WWE's entire rule book here.
Right.
Yeah, because I really feel like Punk and FTR are basically Hogan and whatchamacallit, an NWO. Because they were the two that were going for bat, especially. But once Punk came back, so my favorite thing, that podcast was done immediately. That's still the funniest thing ever. Once word was coming out, Punk was coming back to like, we're ending the podcast. Basically did our job. Guys, the real question is, how long is he going to be here before something else happens?
I have no idea. His first return was what, like 6 months before he got injured? Or was it a year?
He was in AEW for a year because it was in 2022 when the scrum happened. And he came back 2021.
Oh, yeah, like the end of 2021, yeah. So almost a full year before he got injured. I mean, if you can, I would say if he could keep his mouth shut, but no, CM Punk can't.
I don't know. I want to say like, oh, Punk will be around for a long time. But at the same time, part of me is like, I hope he's not around for a long time because I'm sick of his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like dealing with a bad ex. It just keeps coming back into your life. You're just like, I shouldn't go back to this, but I'm going to keep going back to this. And I'm just hoping I don't get hurt. It's going to be different this time, guys. I promise.
My biggest fear too is that they'll use this, like, it's a good thing they're going to be using people like, oh, Jay Switchblade, hottest free agent this year, finally is in a main event match in the tag team. Like, but then it's like, is Tony going to use the show as an excuse to sign more ex-WWE people just so he can have the so-and-so as all elite? And they're like, oh, we'll put you on Collision. And then you still don't do anything. But now he has more space because he has two shows.
Tony loves signing guys, so he probably is going to continue signing people just to say, oh, look, we got this person from WWE because they didn't value their talent, but we will. And then they'll be in the back.
Remember, Christian Cage, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time signing. Oh, man. Oh, that was built up for some. That one was something.
Hall of Fame caliber signing.
And I was like, who's it going to be? And it was CM. And I was like, I was going to be CM Punk. Nope. It was Christian Cage. Speaking of AEW, guys, this Sunday, they got probably their biggest show ever, especially venue-wise. Going to be taking place in Wembley, Forbidden Door. They've been building towards this for a long time, and it's finally here. Looks like, what matches do we got listed? Do we still only have 4 matches?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we got. Well, no, we don't have one. No, not one. Sorry about that. This one is in Ontario, Canada. Yeah. Okay. Anywho. So there's 4 matches listed. So we got Bryan Danielson versus Okada. Omega versus Ospreay. MJF versus, I'm going to make sure I say his name right. Jacob, do you know how to pronounce his last name right? Tanahashi. Ooh, yeah. MJF for Tanahashi. Then who the hell is this? Oh, Seiya Sandara versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry with Hook.
Sonata.
Sonata against Hook. So, one, is this it, or do you think we'll get more matches?
I feel like we would have to get more matches because there's no. I mean, potentially these 4 matches could fill 2 hours, but I feel like we will get more.
Right, and I had to miscorrect myself. I said in Wembley. Wembley's all in August. Forbidden Door is in Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
And that is August 27th. I had to correct myself on there, but this is big because I'm gonna be watching this one because of these. I mean, Danielson and Okada. I mean, I was like, all right, okay, but it's weird because this is a big pay-per-view, Jacob. But we're still just trying to get to August 27th.
That's fine. This is the best. I'm so excited for this pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's oh god, it's so good.
Yep,
it's already so good. Like I talked about AEW's last pay-per-view and how I said, like, you have to sell me on more than one match for me to pay a premium live event money. And yeah, you guys have done it because one, Bryan versus Okada. Oh, fucking sign me up. MJF versus Tanahashi, sign me the fuck up. Jungle Boy versus Sonata, sign me up. Like, literally every match they've announced so far has been so good. And I think they're going to announce more matches. We do have on Wednesday, today's Monday. On Wednesday, I know Suzuki's going to be there. Minoru Suzuki's going to be there. So I imagine something will happen. He'll be in some sort of match. You know, just, I don't know. Fuck, dude, I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited for this match. I mean, or for this pay-per-view. Mainly because of the Bryan Danielson versus Okada match. Like, and I'm going to pay me money for that shit.
Agreed. I also think, I mean, I don't know who Toni Storm's got to be on it. I mean, she's the women's champ. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, it should be her and Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
Like, because then if you're not having the women's champ on these big pay-per-views, then we go back to a couple things like, why the hell did she even win the title?
Because Jamie Hayter got hurt. Well,
Tony had her one stint as champ, and it didn't go great. And now we have for part 2, maybe if Rosa, like, and Britt Baker go in a locker and like they both don't come out till they could be adults with one another. But I think they need to be on it. I feel like obviously the Elite will be on it in one way or another.
But yeah, probably Young Bucks versus some tag team in New Japan.
I agree. And then also maybe because they'll run this back in Wembley. This past Wednesday, man, MJF and Adam Cole, hell of a match. I'm just watching MJF and Cole, and I'm like, man, please, for the love of God, let's not take the belt off MJF just because Punk's back. Man, Tony, I get nervous with Tony now when it comes to Punk, man. He has blinders.
Fucking facts.
Like, he'll do it. He'll be like, Michael, I'm sorry. It's like, if Punk wins the title again, you lose, then you can get a rematch somewhere down the road. Because I already know, I could see what he would do. Because we're talking about WWE Light. MJF would lose the title to Punk. And then it would be the Sunday pay-per-view before MJF's contract expires in real life. And then they're wrestling. And MJF's like, if I win, I'm taking this title with me and I'm not signing. And they redo CM Punk's Money in the Bank. It just rolls reversed. Tony would do that shit.
Yeah, I could see Tony doing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And Punk is Cena in this one, and MJF is Punk. Like, they got to do it in MJF's
I think you
hometown.
need to write down the time and the date, because when this does happen, you can shoot back and be like, you know what? I called this. I called this at this date, this time. Go listen to the podcast. We were the first ones to say it yet again.
I'm just saying, man, because Tony would do it. He would. But no,
You know, Tony.
he loves Phil, man. And then Phil Brooks telling him, man, I apologize. I was like, how are you apologizing to everyone but the people who like you got in a fist fight in the locker room and you were calling them out?
He said he did try to reach out to him. They didn't reply back.
I wonder why. I hope Tony's like, man, I'm just putting up with Phil, so hopefully AJ can come.
Now that would be a signing.
I mean, maybe Forbidden, no, maybe a Wembley's where he brings Tessa Blanchard.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you got to sell it out.
Well, if you guys have listened to the rumors, Ryback is shooting for that match.
Against
Ryback versus for Goldberg.
Yeah, Ryback versus Goldberg.
And Goldberg's retirement match.
That motherfucker is delusional. That man is the Alex Jones of wrestling.
I didn't think we'd be talking Ryback, but I don't know what he's thinking. Like, no one wants you right now.
Yes. He doesn't seem to think that. He thinks everyone wants him to come back and prove how WWE messed him over.
I don't get it. He had his feed me more. He was doing that. And all right, couldn't do anything else. But then you start talking this crazy shit. And then you saying like, oh, everyone, when he's like, what should I do with my career? And a 90% say retire. He always thinks it's bots.
Yep.
I'm like, come on, Ryback. Like, and then he says something about like Vince's mom is like, this is why Vince is because his mom was always never around because his dad was a drunk. I'm like, oh my goodness. Just saying crazy stuff. But we'll see. Any more on the AEW side of things?
I would like to know what the fuck they're doing with the hot potato title that is the TNT Championship.
Yeah, because that just changed hands on Saturday.
Luchasaurus is now the champ.
Hey, Jacob, you said it about a year ago when they started introducing more titles. And you said, I don't want hot, and here we are.
Don't give me fucking hot potato titles because it means nothing. Yeah. It means nothing.
Yeah, no.
And I know, like, oh, hey, like they're building it up, for a match between Wardlow and Christian or whatnot, or Jungle Boy or whatever. But it's just like, fucking why? Why we don't need for this?
Yeah. I mean, I like Luchasaurus, but I don't feel like he needed to win the title on Saturday. I feel like that was just pumping up for like an eventual him and Christian Cage split, because Christian Cage was literally hogging that title after Luchasaurus won. I was like, that's interesting.
Oh, I will go back to AEW because we got to get our result winners. Jacob, who do you think was the Omega Will Ospreay match?
Will Ospreay.
Byron.
It's for the
IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship.
This is their second time fighting this year. I feel like Ospreay wins so they can have a rubber match.
No, I think this would be their third match technically because they had a match in Japan, right?
Oh,
or they had two matches in Japan.
I thought they had one match in Japan, like in the beginning of January. I could be wrong.
I also could be still very tired.
So you're going? Who you going, Byron?
Ospreay.
Okay. Danielson, Okada.
Okada.
That one's tough.
Brian's
I'm going to the American Dragon. Bryan Danielson.
Jacob, who wins the Jungle Boy match?
Oh, Sonata. Not even question.
Byron.
I'm going Sonata too.
And who wins the AEW World Championship? Tanahashi or MJF?
Yeah.
MJF. It'd be weird for him not to win it, and then the AEW title be in Japan.
Fair enough.
Or unless Tanahashi, decides to have a stint in American soil.
True that. Gonna switch over some gears real quick. Gonna go WWE, talk about their next big pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. This is coming July 1st, 2023. This is gonna be in London, England. So you got AEW's one up there in Canada, and then WWE's Money in the Bank's in London, England. We're going global. Can't wait to see these crowds. The two matches, the Money in the Bank matches, currently in the men, it's Ricochet, Nakamura, LA Knight, Santo Escobar, Butch, and Damian Priest. Jacob, I've seen two different fan bases of the internet wrestling community argue this. One side is very happy there's no quote-unquote big stars in this match because this could really catapult someone. Another side is mad that there's not big stars and they're like, who the hell are these people type thing. What are your thoughts?
Okay, one, I love this. I look at this and I go, holy shit, this is NXT Black and Gold.
Mm-hmm.
With an asterisk next to LA Knight's name. Because I guess technically he was, but was he? But anyways, I think it's fucking awesome. We're finally giving younger wrestlers who aren't completely, made men yet. We are giving them the opportunity for essentially to win a title, to rocket strap themselves to the moon. And I am very excited for this match. I don't know how people can hate on this. We all talk about, hey, book your younger wrestlers, make them, make more stars. Yeah, fuck it. Here we go. Here's an entire match of, I guess Shinsuke is the oldest one, but I still look at him as the guy who came in and wrestled Sami Zayn in NXT Dallas. I'm so excited for this. I'm extremely excited for this.
Byron.
I 100% agree with Jacob. It's time to push the younger stars because, the older stars are going to eventually retire. So let's get the ball rolling on these up-and-comers, these ones who haven't had a chance to shine yet, and strap a rocket to them. So I'm excited. I don't know who's going to win. Which is
you got to make a pick. Who's winning?
I know. Who I want to win, either LA Knight or Shinsuke.
Jacob.
Or Butch. I would take Butch as well.
I think LA Knight's going to win. But this is one of these sweet ass scenarios where I'm good with anyone that wins.
Mm-hmm.
And something else, because I say this every year at Money in the Bank, and I'm probably the only person in the world that will ever think this. But I'm still going to stick to my guns. If you want to do something really cool and really different with the Money in the Bank title, cash in on the U.S. title, cash in on the Intercontinental title, or cash in on a tag title.
Mm-hmm.
Make those fucking titles relevant as fuck. You imagine if someone cashes in on Gunther's IC title reign?
Jesus Christ. That man just got a submit to a year reign as of Saturday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be pretty sweet. Fuck it. Why not? I'd rather see that happen than someone cash in on a main title and lose.
Which, currently right now, that would be 100% the thing. I would like for LA Knight to win just because he's done so much by himself, and even without the machine pushing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, what Jacob said, I'd be fine with anyone who wins because it's going to be a first-time winner regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if Butch wins, maybe that's when he reverts back to what he used to be.
Pete Dunne. Yes.
Pete Dunne, like Santos Escobar. You put LWO on the map if he wins. Nakamura reestablishes himself because people forget. Jacob brought the same as anything, but Nakamura came in as soon as he hit the main roster. He won the Royal Rumble and then wrestled AJ Styles, and that match was a dud for their caliber and had some like mid-card titles, but never really was in the main event ever again since then. That could put him back in the main event.
He did beat John Cena clean in Cleveland, Ohio. I would like
He did. That is true. Ricochet, it put him in a different level if he did it. Then Judgment Day. If Damian Priest wins, now you're looking at a storyline like Rhea has a title, Damian Priest has Money in the Bank. Like you can have, and if when Finn loses to Seth, Finn might be getting kicked out because it's like, dude, you're supposed to be like a quote unquote leader, and you have no titles or no briefcase.
Yeah,
like there's a whole bunch of no mommy too. Dominic has mommy, so Finn will have nothing. Like you have a whole different bunch of storylines you do. Whoever wins this, the ladies' Money in the Bank, they have more established star power. Because they got Selena Vega, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Bayley or Shotzi, because this Friday, even though Shotzi could take Bayley's spot, and Io's in it, and Raquel Rodriguez or Trish Stratus, which is happening on Monday. So let's just say Trish and Bayley retain their spots to be like Selena, Becky, Zoe, Bayley, Io, Trish. I feel like with this one, I feel like there's only one real answer who should win, and I feel like it has to be Io.
Correct.
Zoe's not going to win.
No.
Bayley's not going to win twice.
Not yet.
Jacob, you think someone else can win besides Io?
Yeah, I think Selena.
Ooh,
I would like that. I would like that. Reward her for what happened in Puerto Rico.
Yep, I just can't help but think of Puerto Rico and how fucking insane these fans were behind her. And I get it, it's a foreign crowd. But like, you literally seen a star right there. Just fucking shoot it off. Just fucking go for it. And honestly, why not? Because we all loved when Liv Morgan won the fucking Money in the Bank title. Like, give me that underdog. I don't care. Like, I don't care if she only holds it for a month or two. Fucking give me a new star. Let's do it.
Jacob, I will retort on that because you brought up Puerto Rico. And Puerto Rico was the first time in her year-long title reign that Bianca Belair got booed because of her opponent, who was Io Sky.
I'll take either one. But give me someone different. Selena's fine. Io Sky's fine.
Those are
going out. Trish Stratus doesn't need a fucking win.
She's not gonna. That would be catastrophic. And I love Trish. I love Trish Stratus. That'd be catastrophic because unless she's like, hey, I want to try and catch Charlotte because I didn't like how she passed me in her first 2 years of full-time wrestling. but no. And then Bayley and Becky, neither of them should win because they don't need it.
No.
But Becky I get nervous, man, when Becky's proven there. I don't know. They might try and give her the accolade to add to her resume.
That's true, because that's the only thing she hasn't won yet is Money in the Bank.
Like, I'm scared. Anytime I see one of those four, I was like, well.
As a L7C's resident Becky stan, I don't want her to win it. Like, this year. This year, I don't want her to win it because I want them to crown a new star in Zelina or Io Sky because she was fire in NXT. Not saying she hasn't been fire on the main roster yet, but she's only been there for almost a year now because of SummerSlam last year. But Becky can win it like next year or something. Just give her that one last accolade before she rides off into the sunset.
Is she riding? I don't know. She looks like she has a lot of juice left.
True, but also we don't know her contract status.
Or if she doesn't mean something you got to talk about with women wrestlers. Or if her and Seth want to have another kid.
That's true.
We got Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. Jacob, I don't care about this match. I only care about Cody Rhodes' entrance for the woe. I'm not going to lie. I mark out and do it in my house when it happens. So, Jacob, is Brock Lesnar going to come mess this match up again, or what happens?
I don't think Lesnar is going to mess this up. I think this is just a time filler whatever match. I think it's a nothing match. If Dominic wins, I still feel like it's absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. If Cody wins, it's still absolutely nothing. It's a Woe versus Mullet match, and
Byron.
I don't care about this match either. It's probably Cody is probably going to win. It'll be shocking if Dom wins. I mean, it'd be good for Dom's career, but then like Cody losing to Dom would be wild.
I'm just saying, if we're supposed, even though I gave up on it, finish the story. Okay, Cody shouldn't be out here losing, but
no, he should not.
But, that story's out here dead. Whatever. We got a rematch 7 years in the making. Seth Rollins, the champ, versus Finn Balor. If we remember, for this time for the World Heavyweight Championship. Obviously, years ago was for the Universal Championship where it beat Seth. I don't see that happening right now. Seth is way too hot. I think Rollins takes it. Jacob?
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I feel bad because I don't want to. I wish it was someone that wasn't Finn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see Finn fucking lose again. Fuck. Mm-hmm. But it is what
it is. Rollins has to win since this is his first official title defense on a live pay-per-view. He has to win. I hate that it's against Finn, but they're gonna put on a great match. Hopefully Finn doesn't come out in the Demon, because I don't want to see the Demon lose back-to-back pay-per-views matches.
Fair enough. And then this past Friday, main event, Jey Uso had to decide if he was staying in the Bloodline or not. They all came out. I mean, Roman was telling Jey how Jimmy never wanted Jey to be the right-hand man, all that stuff. And then Jey is going at Jimmy's throat. And then wrestling at its finest, Jey says, "You're out of the Bloodline, Jimmy." And Roman's in the back just laughing. And we're like, damn, that's really it. And then Jey said, "And I am too," and kicks Roman in the face. And the pop, everything, the shock lever, the factor. It's tagged as now the Bloodline Civil War tag team match. This is going to main event the show. Roman and Solo with Paul Heyman versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jey. Jacob, as you would say, man, Friday, that was good shit. And here we are.
It's good shit. Or as the kids would say, it's cinema.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was God, that was hype. I still have it saved on my Instagram.
Dude.
Fuck, that's good. I'm like, God damn it, WWE.
Funny story too, when it was happening. Obviously, our guy, the L7C podcast, Cedric, was here for the weekend, and he was like falling asleep on the couch. And then like the segment was happening, I'm just staring. I'm like, he's really gonna join the Bloodline. And then when he kicked Roman, I was like, holy fucking shit. And Cedric just woke up like, whoa. What? He's like, oh shit. He was sleeping. I was like, oh, dude, this is fucking crazy. Like, it really happened. And like Solo got kicked and Roman got kicked again. I'm like, holy shit. Oh my God. And it's funny too, because even leading up to Jey, he saw Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn didn't even say a word when he was walking there. He was just like, he's going to do it today. But let's not kid ourselves. Roman and Solo are going to win this match. No, man.
I know.
Unless, Jacob, are you thinking of a path that they could lose?
Yeah, you know what? Feeling froggy. Feeling a little groggy.
Okay.
So, I'm fucking going Usos on this one.
Whoa.
I don't think Roman has to be the one getting pinned, though.
No, that's but then when they let Solo get pinned 2 pay-per-views in a row, they do protect him.
They protect him, but it's fine. Like if you're going to protect Roman more than you're going to protect Solo. 100. And the fucking Usos are white hot.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. To the moon, children, to the moon.
Before I go to go ahead, Jacob. Continue.
Okay.
I just have a question. No, because I just have a question for you. And so, Jacob, if the Usos win, is the main event of SummerSlam, is it going to be Roman versus Jay?
I can see it. I'm okay with it because of the past in Jay before, right? It was Jay that faced Roman before, right?
Yeah, because Jimmy was hurt.
Yep. I run it back. Absolutely. You have it easy 4 months, 4 pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
Minimal with the Usos.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good with it. Let it ride.
As white hot as Jay is, when we get to that point, we're really going to potentially have to discuss it. That would be the day.
I still don't think that's going to be the day.
I think
it's going to be a fun ride, but I don't think we're changing bus drivers here.
That's true, because he's had some white hot people. He's wrestled some white hot people in their own town, and it wasn't the day. I'm just thinking about Byron. Bloodline Civil War. What side you taking?
In my heart of hearts, I want the Usos to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I know Roman and Solo are going to win. Yeah. I'm torn.
I don't know. Jacob's convinced. It's just hard, bro. It's just hard to pick against Roman Reigns.
It is.
Let's go.
Because I picked Roman and Solo to win the tag titles off of Sami and Kevin. So, I mean.
True, I did too.
I didn't expect Jimmy turning like that. So.
Oh, the kick hurt around the world.
But if Jacob might be right, because because if Roman starts blaming Solo for losses, then he loses Solo. Then he's really all by himself.
Him and the wise man.
It's my trouble, Chief. Oh man,
Jacob really convinced me. I'm not gonna lie. It's just
I just want to go back to that Friday night. Paul Heyman reactions are just fucking priceless. The way that man reacts to Roman getting kicked, just makes him the moment that much better.
It is like wrestling. They're hitting right now. Wrestling across the board. Going back to before we even get to this pay-per-view on July 1st, Money in the Bank, that Friday on SmackDown. Rhea Ripley and Asuka, they both got new titles. They changed them from Women's Raw, Women's SmackDown to World Heavyweight and just champion, whatever. Because now if they don't want a Becky and Charlotte fiasco where you just swap the belt, if you get drafted to the opposite shows, now the belt doesn't matter. Which I don't know why it took so long that they waited this long, but Byron said they had to make sure Roman got his first. And let's talk about how Roman walks out with 3 belts. Like, everyone thought that one was just like he's walking out with all 3 now.
There's Absolutely. No point.
100%. It's so obnoxious. It's amazing.
When they were in the back, the picture was hard. Like, if you take a picture of it, it was hard. When Roman was there talking to Heyman, and you have to see the 3 titles on the table stacked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? But Charlotte, she's back. She's going to be wrestling Asuka for the title. We're like, here we go. Bianca and Charlotte come face to face recently. Have a little thing. Charlotte said she can live without the title, blah, blah. She doesn't need it. And says Bianca, but here we go again, man.
Pause. Charlotte said she could live without the title?
Yeah, she says she's a champion without the title. Is Bianca.
I just want to dissect that statement just real quick. She said, I understand she's a champion without the title. And that being said, why do you always come back and get title shots? Like, if you can live without the championship, do something else.
I agree. I was going to bring that up to Jacob, but they have a booking problem with her. As great as she is, like, they only bring her for title shots. They don't do anything else.
Yeah, she can't do anything without a title shot. And God, And
I'm tired of Asuka always being nice and doing the fucking job.
For real! Because every fucking time, I see Charlotte. The fucking backstage interview where Charlotte's crying like, I needed this title when she beat fucking Asuka for like the 356th time. And I'm just like, I needed this title. I was like, God damn it. Oh my God. That nothing infuriated me more. Like, fuck off, Charlotte. I'm over it. I've been over it. I'm over it.
Someone had the tweet where when I read it, I think I shared it with you guys. It made a great point. She's obviously the most athletic out of the 4 horsewomen, but she is one who she's not had a major storyline without the title involved, and has never made it work.
No,
I mean,
which I know people have already started because of her 14 greats, but I was like, are you really the greatest of all time if you can't make a program without being involved with the title mean something?
facts.
that's a great point.
Straight facts.
I don't know if she'll ever prove it because anytime she gets the title, she loses, she takes a vacation, and comes back and says, all right, I want my title shot. Like, bro.
Every time. It's literally clock. Like when her music came, I was like, dude, no. I already know what it's like. You're not coming back to have like a big program with like, who's on the card? Oh no, Carmella's gone. Alexa Bliss is gone. Like with a Liv Morgan with no title. Like you can't have like a big program. Sure, you could win the feud, whatever, but like you're not doing anything like that. Like all the greats have had big feuds without the title being involved. Or even if the title's involved, they've lost those feuds. But Charlotte, every big feud she's been in, she's in theory won. It's always been for the title. So, I mean, she's like, I'm a 14-time champ. And then Bianca saying, I've been the longest reigning Raw Women's champ in the modern era. I'm like, it's true. So,
and she said, I didn't have to do it 14 times. I was like, yes, talk your shit.
But it's going to be a sad day because not only is Charlotte going to beat Asuka that day, Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey are going to beat the NXT Women's Tag Team Champs, and they're going to combine those titles. So we're going to get Ronda and Charlotte just reigning supreme. That's Friday.
Which is worse? Charlotte coming back and beating Asuka for a title again. Or Ronda and Shayna winning the NXT Women's Tag Team titles and not having women's tag titles on NXT. Because I don't honestly see Ronda and Charlotte going to NXT to defend those titles.
Jacob?
Yeah, those titles aren't getting defended on NXT ever again. Those titles will never be on NXT ever again. Those titles are dead.
So fucking dumb.
I don't disagree. But speaking of NXT, though, shout out to Seth Rollins saying, I'm pulling up to NXT and I'm defending my title against Braun Breaker.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like he said, that's the champ we've needed.
He's not wrong.
But Jacob, you were going to say something about NXT?
Yeah, let's be real. The women's tag titles. I don't care if it's NXT. I don't care if it's main roster. Yeah, they've never been relevant. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They were relevant when they first got announced for 3 seconds. You know when they lost all their fucking relevancy? At WrestleMania when Natalya and
Tamina.
Yeah, Tamina, my dad didn't kill nobody, Snuka. When they won the fucking titles at Mania. It's been dead. It was dead before then. That was the final nail in the coffin. I don't care about these fucking titles. It's sad. But I don't care about them. They've made these titles shitty.
I will agree with you about the WWE Women's Tag titles. Because the way they booked the WWE Women's Tag titles has been really shitty. But I actually did like the way they did the NXT tag titles. Because you had Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, they were a great tag team. They pretty much ran that division.
Oh, when
And
they had
then
Mandy.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. Mhm.
Attraction. That's right.
Toxic Attraction. Yeah. They pretty much ran that division and made those tag titles relevant. And then I think Alba Fire and Isla Dawn could have made those titles great on NXT, but they got drafted to SmackDown. But like I said, I think Sean has did a really good job with the NXT tag titles. I don't know what Triple H and Vince were doing with the WWE women's tag titles.
Hey, you already just said it, Vince. Enough said.
That's yeah. Yeah.
Enough said. Also just wanna, because I don't think we've been on since he passed. Rest in peace to a GOAT, Iron Sheik. Obviously one of the first getting, especially back then for our younger listeners who may not have researched wrestling back in the day. And this was before our time too, but we've all researched it. When you were a heel back then, you were truly a hated person in the community. And Iron Sheik was one of the GOATs when it came to being hated by the entire United States of America. So, and he was always in character. So shout out to him. Rest in peace, Iron Sheik. I'm really going to miss him trolling Hulk Hogan on Twitter. I am.
100% facts. He every other day he always had a "fuck you" Hulk Hogan tweet, and it was great.
Yeah, I just hope he's in Hulk Hogan's bedroom every night, just haunting his house.
Yeah, and Hulk Hogan trying to talk about he never got a retirement match, bro. If you don't shut the hell up.
I saw that. I'm like, okay, Hulk Hogan, you're trying to come back and be relevant again. Okay.
Jacob, you're going to have to get your guy.
My guy?
I don't know. He's not your guy. I know you don't like Hogan.
I'm like, wait a second, my guy.
No, I know you don't like Hogan. Shoot, what? Anything else?
Actually, I do. So tonight is Raw.
Yes.
Logan Paul comes back.
Oh, yes.
I saw a tweet that said, "Do you think he gets added to Money in the Bank?" And I've been struggling with if he does or not.
If he does, he might win.
I know.
Well, because they're in Cleveland, Ohio today.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna enter him in. Because what else is he gonna do?
Yeah.
If he wins, does he actually win his cash in?
I mean, let's just be honest. It's not going one way. If he wins and cashes in on Seth, you continue that feud.
Yeah.
I mean, because Roman is losing to someone 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the mat. We still do not know who. I honestly don't even think God knows who's going to beat Roman. I've come to that point. Even God's running out of helping book this shit, man. He's like, ooh, I'm setting my strongest soldiers, and Roman keeps kicking out at 2.99. Oh my gosh.
God damn.
He's broken past the tapestry. He's just defining this on his own now. Man, I'm telling you, this is just wild. I've never seen a champ for 3 years in all my life. Can't even do that in the video game.
No.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know. I don't know if the Lord knows who's winning, but yeah, I think he'd be successful. They can't keep having failed cash-ins, man.
When was the last time a man's cashed in successfully?
Big E cashed in successfully.
Big E. Yep.
Because Austin Theory
2 years ago.
Yeah, because Austin Theory won it last year. Dude, speaking of Austin Theory, I've never seen someone beat a GOAT and then be absolutely worthless. What are they doing? He's going to have this long U.S. title reign. It's going to be almost as bad as Dean Ambrose's one, if that's what they're trying to do, to make him be the longest reigning U.S. champ, and Dean Ambrose never defended that title. I feel like they're doing that with Theory.
Oh,
Because they
Sure,
want to
yes,
erase. You know how petty they are. They want to erase ex-employees out of record books.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll see. But that's a good. I don't know. We'll see. That's happening today. Today. Anything else, guys? We talked about the new belts, Punk, both pay-per-views coming up.
if they do add Logan into this Money in the Bank, are you guys still staying with your picks, or are you going to switch it to Logan?
I'm gonna switch it to Logan
I feel like,
because I want LA Knight to win. I didn't say that. I want LA Knight to win.
yeah, I feel like I would switch it to Logan too because there's no reason for him to be in the match if he didn't win it. Just like when Austin Theory came in at the last minute last year, like, okay, Austin Theory is about to win the briefcase.
That was so stupid. That's so
All right.
dumb.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I would want any. I'd be my thing would go. I want LA Knight, but if Logan enters, I want anyone but him. Like I want someone new. I get it. Logan's really like he's good, but dude, I don't know if we could start giving. That's getting slippery. Giving the briefcase to celebrities,
Part timers. Oh yeah.
No, I said celebrities because I mean like Brock Lesnar won the thing, but he cashed in immediately.
True.
Which that was another one. He showed up at the end of the pay-per-view.
That's true. And that was a year I thought Mustafa Ali was about to win.
You thought Mustafa Ali was going to win Money in the Bank?
Maybe who was it that I was rooting for? I think I was rooting for Mustafa Ali because he came back from being injured when he was supposed to be in Kofi's WrestleMania spot. So like, okay, he's coming back. Maybe they'll put the briefcase on him.
I got something else. Oh. How about, speaking of Mustafa Ali, how about this influx? We know we talked about Seth Rollins, but how about this influx of main roster wrestlers going back to NXT right now? Because we have Baron and we have Mustafa Ali who are now back down in NXT, and I'm fucking here for it. Corbin is basically back.
Someone's been listening to the L7C podcast. We've said since we've started, if you don't have something for the main roster, dude, send them to NXT and do something.
Yeah.
We've said it since we started this.
It's great. It's great because I'm so happy with it because it actually makes me care a little more about NXT because obviously I have not liked NXT ever since Black and Gold went away and they went to the other shit.
And then they left the other shit after that wasn't working back to try to be Black and Gold S remix.
Yeah. DJ Khaled edition. But I'm stoked about it. I think it's awesome.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people are talking about it.
That's actually a good point, Jacob, because this Wednesday, it's Ilya and Byron for the #1 contendership for the NXT title.
And I'm sorry.
My money is on Ilya.
That's a sweet match.
Yeah.
That's a good match. I don't care how you put it. Because either one, if Baron wins, cool. If Ilya wins, cool. If both would what's the word I'm looking for here? Both could really benefit from a win against each other.
Yeah, that's not even the main event because you have your world champion wrestling someone from NXT for the title.
Yep,
NXT is must-watch TV basically on Wednesday.
Is Seth wrestling today, Byron? Is he wrestling?
Yeah, I think he has an open challenge for his title.
So he's having 2 title shots in the same week?
Yeah, 2 title defenses. That's more than Roman has had since WrestleMania. But he did defend it on a house show yesterday. Happy Father's Day.
And beat Rey Mysterio, a random house in Cincinnati.
Yep.
That's crazy. All right. Anything else, guys? We hit a lot of good stuff.
No. I believe that.
I think that's it.
All right. Remember that Forbidden Door is this Sunday, June 25th, 2023. We're all going to be watching that one. And then Money in the Bank is July 1st, 2023. Since that's back to back. Back to back weekends. So we'll probably
technically the same week because this Sunday is Forbidden Door, and then that Saturday is Money in the Bank.
Perfect. So we'll be back after Money in the Bank to talk about both those things. We'll only come back earlier if CM Punk gets in trouble again, or if another major WWE news thing happens, which with our luck, it probably will. But with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Make sure you like, rate, comment, subscribe. A lot of wrestling stuff. This summer is not going to be boring. This summer will not be boring in terms of wrestling content. So we'll be here for it. That being said, L7C podcast signing out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.